Okay, so when you look on YouTube, there's literally 1 million videos on how to tie a ridge line to hang a tarp from. Everybody's got their own way to do it, and everybody uses their own version of knots. Some are complicated knots, some are not complicated knots, but what they all have in common, when you break it all down to the components, is they all start with this, a loop in the end of the line. Today, I'm going to show you 3 easy ways to tie that loop, and we're going to get started right now. Okay, here we go. We got the end of our line. Probably the easiest way to get a loop in the end of your line is just to double it over, 7 or 8 inches, and come around and tie a simple overhand knot in the end of the line. Now you got a loop. Good parts and bad parts about this loop. The good part is you can tie it really, really quick. The bad part is if you're using larger diameter rope like this, or cordage like this, or especially some cotton type of rope, when you pull that tight, it's going to be very, very difficult to get that loose. So this isn't the best part about it. Here's a pro tip. You see how these lines cross. To make it easier to get out, you want to make sure those lines are parallel. So just kind of work it around. And before you pull it tight, just make sure all of your lines are nice and parallel. Just trace them. This one needs to go over and back under. So there you go. Now all my lines are parallel. You can pull it tight. It'll work, but it's not the best. Let's look at a different one. Okay, here we go. Here's your basic figure 8 knot. Start with the same loop in the line, only we're just going to go around like we're tying a basic hitch. You're going to go around one more time and come back through. Now our knot looks like a figure 8. Once again, we're going to make sure before we pull it tight, we're going to make sure our lines are nice and parallel and nice and even. That's going to help us get this knot out. And this makes the same type of loop as just the overhand knot. The advantage of this one is a ton easier to get loose than just a basic overhand knot. So here's a basic figure 8 knot. Fast, easy, easy breezy. Now we're going to look at probably my favorite one. Alright, this is one of my favorite ones. I did a video on this a couple weeks ago. How to tie the simple bowline. All you do is make a loop. You bring the marlin spike back up through. You put the tag end of the line through. And you hold it on itself. And you just pull. Now, that's the simple bowline. This is probably the best one. Even in a larger cordage, larger diameter cordage, or paracord, you can get this one loose a lot easier than you can get the other 2 loose without having to cut the end off. So, once you do it, figure out what type of loop you want and tie it. Okay, there's 3 easy ways to get a loop in the end of your ridge line, and a loop is the foundation of every good solid ridge line. Practice a few different ways to get a loop. Find the one you like the best. Set it on your ridge line and forget it. It'll be there when you're ready for it. You won't have to tie it every time you go out into the woods. With another Bushcraft quick tip, this is Matt from Florida Boy Survival saying, I'll see you on the trail.